In this video, I'm going to show you how to put the lines on the graph using Google Docs. And this is a little twitchy because the lines like to go behind the graph. And there's no way, as of this video, um, in January of 2021, there's no way to tell the line to always be in front of the graph unless, unless there's a way, okay? And so let me just show you what to do here. Now, by the way, if you want to, you can just print this graph out and draw these lines by hand and do the calculation that way. That's just fine too. That's probably easier, but I'm going to show you here. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to put some lines, and what we're going to do is insert a drawing. Okay, now sadly, when you insert a drawing in this thing, it hides the graph that you're drawing the line to. So try to remember where that line was. Draw yourself a nice big line, and we'll make it work. Okay, so just there you go. That looks right. It's like, oh, that's not very good at all. It just sticks it over there. So let's grab that guy here. And let's make this be the steepest line, okay? So see right there, the steepest line should go through that data point there and go through that. And we'll kind of like schmooze this a little bit here, right? Notice that my steepest line goes slightly off the graph. Try to do that. Try to make it go a little bit off the graph. Make it big enough, okay? My other clue is don't draw a small line and stretch it because then that makes the line look thick and then it starts looking ugly. Okay, draw a nice long line and make it smaller. That's always better. Okay, so anyway, notice that now I'm missing this, right? This is, so much easier with just a ruler. So there we go. So now it's going through, see that little error bar there? I kind of want it to go right through there. But now I'm missing that one, right? So it's just, this is an iterative process. Eventually you'll, oh, that's fairly good. There we have it. So just keep doing that. Now, in the example you're doing, you have more points. If you miss a few error bars in the middle, that's probably okay. So, just kind of try to balance the things. If you're hitting the end error bars like that and you're missing a lot of them in the middle, then maybe, dial it back a little bit, bring it down. It doesn't have to go through that exact point there, okay? I'm just sort of tweaking it here. Okay? So just keep that in mind. It doesn't have to go through exactly that error bar at the bottom or the top of that one and the bottom of this one, right? If you feel like it's missing too many in there, because really what we're doing here is just sort of like an approximate thing, and IB is going to be like, oh, hey, you maximally analyzed your data when you did this, okay? So, and then, just for fun, I'm going to post a video on using actual statistical tools to find the uncertainty of the slope, which doesn't take into account, by the way, the error bars, just the slope itself. Okay. Now that's one of the points. Let's insert another drawing. Okay. And this is also going to be a line. So click the line and let's draw ourselves a nice long line. Well, that's not any good at all, okay? And this guy here is going to go, whoa. I'm going to try to go through, see that little error bar right there? I'm going to go through that one and then kind of go through this one here. So let's bring that guy down here. Okay. So again, I'm moving it up. And again, this is going to be iterations here. So see, I'm trying to hit that error bar right there, but now I'm still too steep, so I'm going to bring it down. It's like it's trying to it's like, what the heck are you doing? So now see, I'm still missing that bar there, so I'm going to move it up a little bit, right? And eventually you're going to get it through those points, okay? Now, not only you definitely want these lines, they have to go through the plot frame. And by the plot frame, I mean the line around this graph, okay? You also, though, want them to go here because if they ever go behind that graph, you can click on those and it'll bring them to the front. So now take a look at the two lines I've drawn. Oh, that one's not quite there yet. Let's move it up a little bit. And then maybe down. There we go. That's pretty good. So I'm kind of lucking out here. If I go through the top of that one, that error bar there, Okay. If I go through the top of that one and the bottom of this one, I don't miss any of the um, error bars in the middle. You see that? Maybe I'm missing that one a little bit, but I'm not going to sweat it. If I'm missing 1 or 2 points, this isn't really a thing. So, I'm not too worried about that. Okay. Now, God help you if you try to take this twitchy thing and put it into a Google Doc. Okay. It's not going to flatten properly. The lines will go behind the graph. I know this because, I've been messing with this. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, as soon as I get it the way it looks, is I'm going to screenshot this. Okay, so I'm just looking. It looks like we're good. We're intersecting the plot frame here. And I'm going to do a screenshot. Now, how do you do a screenshot? Well, depends on your OS, right? If you're on a Chromebook, it's going to be Control-Shift, and it's the screenshot key. And the screenshot key is a rectangle with 2 vertical lines on the right side of it. It's above the 6 and a little bit above the 7 key on your Chromebook, okay? So hold the Control-Shift key down and then press and release the screenshot key. That will dim the screen and you get a little cursor. You're going to drag over an area and then it'll pop up, on my Chromebook anyway, it pops up a little dialog in the lower right, and there's a button there that says copy to clipboard, and that's exactly what you want, okay? On Windows, it's Shift Windows. Windows key is the key with a little, Windows emblem on it, right? And S. So hold these keys down, press and release S. And it will dim the screen, and you'll get a little crosshair, same thing, right? And this one automatically goes to your clipboard. And on Mac, you might need to borrow some extra fingers to do this. It is Control-Shift-Command, right? Control-Shift-Command. And Command key's got the little curly curls on it, right? 4. And there's a bunch of them. One of them saves it to I don't know. There's so many of them because, there's a lot of things. But this one copies it to the clipboard and doesn't clutter up your desktop, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to screenshot this thing. I think it's the way I want it to look. Okay, so I have to screenshot this. So I'm holding the Shift key. Now I'm holding the Control key. I'm holding the Command key. I'm hitting 4. And notice on the Mac, it gives you the pixel coordinates, right? There's 0, 0, and here's, what's the resolution of the screen? It's a lot, okay? But anyway. And this is a little easier to use than some. So I'm going to select this. Be careful not to select the border and then don't select the border, Don't do anything that'll annoy you. There you go. And on a Mac, you pay the extra money to have that nice sound effect, right? Okay. And then what you're going to do is you'll have this little template like this. And you're going to delete all this stuff here. And now I just do paste, which on a Mac is Command V or something like that. Okay. And let's see, does it stay on the screen? It does. That's nice. Okay. Good enough. All right. In the next video, I'll show you how to analyze this and use these endpoints to actually calculate the slope, but I'm not going to do that here.